2022 was rough. While there were so many blessings, there were so many hard times as well. All the goals I was working towards seemed unachievable, and I spent so many nights like this. So now it's time for a new year, new goals, and a new way to start the year. Let's make some goals together today.
Hi friends, welcome back to my first video back in a long time, and also my first video in 2023. I did a video like this last year where I was setting my goals and my intentions, and I really wanted to stick to them, but they were such big goals and I didn't set the steps around achieving them, and it was just a really rough year for me. I had a really tough time mental health wise, and there was a lot of things limiting my life, so I didn't achieve as many of my goals as I wanted last year. So I thought, I've seen this on TikTok, a few people who are talking about monthly goals, so breaking out some goals every month, and they're not overwhelming. It's just, to me, it reminds me of like building a habit. So grab yourself a drink, a snack, and we're gonna do this together. So I'm gonna start with the goals, and then later on tonight I'm gonna make a vision board. First month of the year, January, we're on the 2nd today, and I had the best day yesterday, just relaxing and kind of setting my vibe for the year, which was looking after myself. The goal I really want to focus on in January is reclaiming my health. So if you follow me on TikTok, I am doing an entire journey this year of reclaiming my body, which is something that has been important to me for a long time. I think if you would like to join along that journey, I will post some videos on YouTube, but I will also be posting on TikTok. So this is my TikTok if you would like to follow along. Along those lines, I'm also going to prioritize reclaiming my health in January. I have a gallbladder surgery booked in a week's time. I've been having some really severe symptoms with gallbladder and medicines for the past few months, so I'm kind of very excited to have that out. I also will be getting lots of blood work done. I have a few health things that I just want to understand alongside like the gallbladder surgery and all other things that I have going wrong with my body, going on in my body, I should say. I also want to make sure I am advocating for myself with the doctor. I find that I feel my best about doctor's appointments when I've done my research beforehand and spoken to the doctor and stood up for what I want rather than just being told what they think. I want to understand what medicines will help me, and I also want to make sure I am tracking my blood sugar daily. I have insulin resistance, which is a result of PCOS. I want to track my blood sugar, see how we're going, and then I can track it with or without medicine as we move forward. February, I want to prioritize my bodily health, we'll say. I personally really enjoy going to the gym. I do have cycles with it sometimes, and I want to make sure I'm establishing a really healthy relationship with it. Now that I found a gym that I like and I'm following a program and I'm feeling strong, I want to keep working on my strength. I don't want to set a cadence for how many times I'm going per week or per month. I just want to go when I feel like I want to, and I'm allowed to have days off if I would like. Along with that though, I would also like to incorporate outdoor walks into my exercise regime. I want to keep working with my physio. I would also like to tell my body that she is beautiful and worthy. March is a very exciting month for me because I'm getting married. So my goal will be to embrace the attention. I'm not someone who enjoys attention. I find it quite stressful and I just like sitting in my own corner, but I know it's something that's very exciting. So I want to take steps to enjoy the month, not worry about little things, i.e. money. Weddings are obviously a very expensive time, and in planning our wedding day, we have been keeping track of all the costs and everything, but if there is an opportunity to do something with the people who mean the most to me around the wedding, I don't want to stress about that, and I don't want to stress about how I look. I'm not anticipating a lot of free time in March, so I'm just going to leave that. April is something I'm weirdly excited about. It's the most excited I am about any month that I have this year, even aside from the wedding. But it's just after the wedding's done, we have gone on our honeymoon and we're settled back into a routine as husband and wife. I'm really excited to kind of reintroduce myself. By this I mean I'm just ready to, I don't know, I guess accept me and do all the things I've been wanting to do, but I guess I haven't really done because I have the wedding. So I want to dye my hair. I want to work on my makeup skills. So I would love in April to go to Mecca or something and then to apply some makeup so I can understand what best suits my face. I also want to understand my clothes and start planning outfits. I can be quite lazy with clothes, I think because of my general dislike of my body, which is something that I am working on. But I just don't wear clothes that I'm excited to wear a lot of the time. I just wear whatever's comfortable. So I want to work on my fashion game, get a few staple pieces, and build up a wardrobe that I'm really excited to wear. I will also put a step of getting back into routines. I think in May, I'm going to prioritize reading. I started getting into reading this year. I do enjoy reading, but I don't make a lot of time for it. So in May, once everything's completed for that first half of the year, I want to make sure I'm reading at least an hour a week, which is a pretty attainable goal, to be honest. Again, I just don't make the time right now. So hopefully come May, I will have that time. And I've also just put read books that I'm excited about, even if I have already read them. I have a good one. Okay, June is going to be my organizing queen era. My house is like decently organized. It could be more organized and clean and like easy to clean. So I want to organize my home. I want to declutter my home and just downsize, because I still think we do it quite frequently, but I can still look around and see things that we don't use very often, so trying to do that. I need to organize my digital life. Okay, July. This is the reason I kind of wanted to make this a monthly goals video rather than just a year in full goals, because there is a lot of change coming my way this year. Obviously, as I said, we're getting married in March, and then we have the year to look forward to. In July, my partner will have finished his uni degree and he will hopefully have a job lined up, or will be looking for a job, whether that requires moving, which is a strong possibility. We're not really sure what the future holds. So my July goal is just to accept change. Change to me is not something that I'm very comfortable with, and I like to be prepared. So this, I guess, looming change in the near future that I have no idea about and that we can't really control until that point, we don't know anything until June maybe, but most likely July, is quite stressful for me, and I don't find it easy to manage. To make sure I'm able to accept change, I want to put a step of allowing myself to grieve what I am or going to be missing. I think with change, you're always told to look forward to the new possibilities and new opportunities, but there are still things, if it is a big change, that I will be grieving. So I'm allowing myself to grieve, and then along with that, I'm also allowing myself to be excited. By accepting change, I also want to make plans to come back to normal, whether if that involves moving, making sure we have trips lined up to come home, or have trips with friends to come over and see us wherever we end up being. I'm not going to make too much for July because I think I just need to sit in what's going to happen. August will be fostering a stronger relationship. Sam and I have a very strong relationship. We're getting married and I love him to pieces, but the last 12 months and the next 6 months have been tricky, and we don't have a lot of one-on-one time together. That's quality time. Once we've accepted the change and we figure out what our direction is, I just want to make sure we're fostering a stronger relationship. I think a weekly date night would be lovely, even mornings together. We're the kind of rush around people in the morning. We'll get up as late as possible to go somewhere. So if we can spend more mornings together, like coffee outside, that would make me very happy. I have a few ideas of trips that we'd like to go on together, but it depends on where we're living at the time and money situations. So I think starting to plan a trip together will be a lovely way to reconnect and find some more of that travel that we haven't had in, it'll be 4 years at this time. So I'm ready to go. September, I want to live the dink life. Hopefully Sam will be on a full income by September and we'll find a job. So I want to enjoy having freedom of money again. I also want to make plans for savings. So whether that's for a trip, a future home deposit, or just general saving. And I also want to invest, which is something I want to do as much as we can when we have a bit more free money. In October, I want to focus on hobbies. I have hobbies that I want to do before October, but that's just kind of where my goals are sitting, and realistically I think that's when I'll have a lot more free time to do hobbies, which sounds so far away, but I can work on it before then. This is just what my focus for the month will be. Harnessing my new hobbies, looking into businesses, sharing them with friends, and taking the time offline to do this. I think a lot of people in their 20s don't have hobbies. I definitely don't. My life is spent working, cleaning, working out, eating and sleeping. That's kind of what I have time for nowadays. November, it's the end of spring going into summer, so I want to be social butterflying. I'm notoriously an anxious, isolated person. If I could just live with myself, Sam and my kitten, I would be more than happy. But I do love my friends and I want to have more of those experiences, so I want to say yes to more adventures. Plan at least one out night a week. Which to me means like going out for dinner and drinks or going out for a beach picnic, those kinds of things, making sure I have something planned every week. For December, the last month of the year, it's always the busiest, I'm going to embrace sustainability. Christmas, New Year's, all of the holidays that come around December, there's always a lot of landfill waste and things that aren't very sustainable. So we try and mitigate that as much as we can, but I want to make sure I am limiting landfill waste. I want to remind myself and others the benefits of second-hand goods, and I also want to say no to waste that I am not happy to generate, like balloons, plastics. I think by December we'll have the means to live a more sustainable life as much as we can, and especially for Christmas we can be a bit more sustainable in the gifts and how we present them, how we share them with our friends and family. So that is my 12-month goals. I'm quite excited for the year to come. I'm gonna go for a bit now, and then later on we're gonna do a vision board. We're gonna share the process of that, and then yeah, we'll get into the new year with a really good perspective. I feel really solid about what's to come.
To make this vision board, I grabbed a few photos from each of the categories and goals I'd set throughout the year and then arranged them so I could have them on my laptop background so I see it every single day. And this is what I came up with. I'm really happy with it and I can't wait to see what this year brings. See you soon!